All right, so let me also share my screen. Well, I mean, nothing really changed here, but the RFC 140, well, it went into FCP shortly before I went on vacation. Now I'm back. It was also re-announced on this course. Let me look at it here. RFC announcements, RFC 140. It was posted as a comment in the original announcement. Yeah, it should be merged now. So since like 11 days already. I guess it happens the next time the steering committee is active, which might be this Wednesday. Yeah, would be good to have some automation there to make this a bit less ambiguous. But yeah, otherwise this is like good to be merged, and then I'll focus on the implementation more. So there's the implementation PR here for the first part. I don't think anything happened here. There's some reviews going on. There's also some math discussion going on about how to compute. Yeah, we're using like LaTeX in the
What the fuck?
discussion. You can just use dollar signs and to surround your LaTeX formulas, and it will render in
no.
GitHub Web.
Oh no.
But yeah, we
I
discussed
went down
like
the
things
LaTeX
about
rabbit hole when I was in college. It was fun.
yeah, same. Got to write your thesis somehow. But yeah, so discussion a bit about how to compute this as efficiently as possible, and I also benchmark stuff here. It's not. That's just gonna go on. That's gonna be my main focus for now to get that merged. Yeah. Then the working group, the packages modules working group. I don't have any updates for this one really. I have been passing leadership to David Power for the past 3 meetings. And so yeah, you can look at the meetings notes in here, or I guess the issues here. Yeah, and then the last thing to discuss is just what to do about this team. So just about context, I tried to pass off leadership to Robert in the first meeting that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. That unfortunately things didn't go that way. I just want to ask, like, did anyone of you join? Did anyone was
yes.
anyone there?
Me and Ilko showed up, and we were just talking about
Ilko in the architecture team meeting.
Or no, that was for the packages module working group. That one was a little sparse as well. But yeah, I poked my head in. I didn't see anybody, but
okay.
It's okay. I think. So we had some stuff to do.
Yeah, well, so that's kind of the thing. So we at some point in the past we said, okay, let's use working groups instead, and I think that kind of makes more sense because in this team we don't really have, or this team was just assembled from a bunch of people, and no one really decided to commit any time to this. And generally, we don't have a lot of time to commit to things, and so finding working groups of people that actually can spend time on things would be a better way. And so in this team, we would only discuss the kind of results from the working groups. But so far, like, we have RC 140. That's mostly me, just an effort just from me alone. And we have the packages modules working group, which is led by me as well. And so it's really just, I mean, yeah, I'm just really giving updates about these two things every 2 weeks. And I don't really think it makes a lot of sense to have these architecture team meetings when it's just that. Like, we need something to discuss, or people need to do some work asynchronously. So I just like to collect some ideas, like how can we improve this. I'll share the note stock here, and so like one of the ideas I had was let's call meetings when needed. So instead of just meeting every 2 weeks, let's say we need to discuss something. The packages modules working group produced this RFC draft. Let's review this together, and then we schedule a maybe 1 hour call and discuss the thing that we need to discuss. And we can also look at the draft beforehand. We know exactly what we need to discuss. Yeah, that would be an idea. Also, another one, just to kind of switch things up a bit more, is to have a kind of leadership rotation, because I feel like it doesn't feel very motivating when it's always me leading the meeting, and nothing really is required to lead these meetings. Like I can also do the updates on what has happened on my side, even if I don't lead the meeting. And it would also be good to just decentralize things a bit more, to make sure that ideally anyone in the meeting, anyone in the team can lead the meeting, and so that everybody would know what to do. We have a document here, hosting.md, which explains like very clearly how it can be hosted. The only thing you need to have is the YouTube permissions for the streaming, but we can also, like, the stream also doesn't really serve much of a purpose right now, or we need to somehow put notes down. I guess the recording is good for that. Yeah. So what do you think of these? Any other ideas? What do you think of the general state of the team?
I think I think we just need some stuff to work on. I think we had the we had like the RFC thing. We had a bunch going on for that. I think it was good that we split off to do the packages working group. But like, okay, so I think we just got like the RFC for simple package paths is like, was that approved or accepted?
Yeah.
Or something.
I mean, you should know you're in Shepherd of the RFC.
Yeah, right. I'm checking.
So yeah, I just gave the update earlier. It's not merged yet, but it should be. Like the FCP period is over.
Okay.
But so okay, if we need stuff to do, like, Alex, can you lead a working group?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be good. And yeah, I think like for what I was saying about the RFC is like when that's ready to roll, like I imagine we're gonna have a lot to do.
I mean, the working group should do kind of the majority of the work, like the actual work. But just reviewing,
do we have
also work.
Working group for simple package paths, or you mean the Shepherd team?
No, so simple package paths, that's just effectively done now. I'm just going to finish this myself. So it's only for the future, like future working groups.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna have a whole lot of migration stuff to do for that we can probably work on. And yeah, I think the I guess so for like the packages working group, that one feel like we've gotten into a lot of it's good that we're doing RFCs and we're doing planning, but like if we've got any like programming tasks or maintenance tasks or like maybe non-committee type work to do, I think these meetings could be useful to organize that. Like if there's, for example, like high priority issues in Nixpkgs that like maybe need to be addressed. So like I don't know. So like let me think. Like here's one is like I think we had the meta attribute generator, right? Wasn't that something that was getting worked on recently? I'm just coming.
more.
I'm trying to cook up examples of like
Or, I mean,
maybe migration work or like cleanup work
yeah,
in actual Nix packages that was like
so I don't think we should do like
some to-dos.
kind of random cleanup things.
Well,
But
and I don't mean like
but
reviewing or anything like that, but like if they're, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like I don't think that we, like, at least me personally, I haven't gone and dug through the old Nix packages issue list to see like, what was maybe some new architecture-ish issues as opposed to like new package or upgrades.
Yeah, there is one. So there is a significant task we have for right kind of things that would be relevant for the team. Well, I created this originally just kind of randomly, but it does align with this team fairly well. But the kind of problem there that was highlighted by Alyssa some time ago is that we don't have authority over these kind of issues, and so just kind of it's a bit weird to discuss these issues in a team and be like, it should be done like that. We have decided this in our team, or and so it would be better to instead go there personally and be like, I'm reviewing this, and this is my opinion, and this is what we should do. And I feel like right, kind of the earned authority kind of thing. So what we do and what we really work on and what we create, we have kind of effective. I mean, I don't want to say like exclusive commit rights to these things, but like the simple package paths, once that's merged, I'm going to add myself as a code author, and I don't expect anyone else to kind of make changes to it without contacting me. And with these things, it's kind of
okay.
It's a bit more like someone at some point committed this code, and now we can't really just kind of decide over these things. But we can still review them, and that would be useful.
Gotcha. I meant kind of more like organizing maybe migration efforts or like work to be done on Nix packages to like, as things that fall outside of the normal like grades and additions and stuff, like any kind of those maintenance tasks. Like this might be a good outlet.
Yeah, I feel like maintenance.
But I'm just
in general are like out of scope or out of scope for this specific team, because the goal is to fix the many problems that exist in Nix packages. And maintenance, generally maintenance tasks don't really do that. But migration tasks, like if we do have a new solution and we have proven that this solution is better than others, then I guess, like writing tooling or just manually churning through migrations, converting old things to new things, that would be useful. But like concretely, what does this mean? What can we do? Like, should we? I feel like the idea of working groups is great, because we can just like say, let's have this one problem. Let's do the same thing. So that's something you can concretely do.
Yeah. And I think like maybe this is a good place to organize those working groups or something like that. And maybe calling these meetings as needed.
Yeah. So, Alex, can you write a kind of post like this? And we can also review this in the next meeting, the post itself, about like, we can also decide this right now. What is one of the things we expect to be able to find people for some issue? We have these kind of general issues in here as well. Could also be something from the significant label. It should ideally be orthogonal to the existing working group. So one of the things that might be suitable, I'd say, is the versioning of packages, like resolution of which packages should be used, which version should be used, maybe something like a version resolution in Nix itself. I feel like that's probably needed at some point.
Yep, that's been working on that a lot the last couple weeks, actually. Yeah, I think that'd be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a couple actually. Yeah, like getting the name, getting like the attribute name versioning consistent, and then the other one would be maybe like making sure that version and p name appear in meta would be, for performance reasons, would be a game changer.
Isn't name already supposed to be equal to
Name is, but it's not split.
Or
Which,
this is the meta
bear with
JSON or the
me.
meta in Nixpkgs?
The meta fields in Nixpkgs. So right now, and this is an aside, but like the when you do Nixflake show, or when you do when you're searching Nixpkgs, one of the reasons that it is that it can be really, really slow is parsing name fields. Not because it's hard to parse names, but because of just the sheer volume of them. And
Yeah.
So like those appearing
like
in the meta fields could be a really good shortcut, because you already have like is derivation, like the type check for derivation. You don't have to evaluate the inner, but like having that in meta, you could significantly speed up searches. And
I feel like
it worked though.
So there was this PR that was made in Nix along these lines. I mean, I don't know how much. This is more for the looking things up on the website. That was gonna, like, right now there's a terrible hack to make pname inversion in.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so I think the right thing to do is not to merge this change, but really to just stop using this part of Nixenv entirely. If there's a way what you're talking about could, be done in conjunction with that. And also I don't mean Nixenv in general, but this one like Nixenv dump metas thing is just, it's the wrong layer of abstraction for whatever Nixpkgs needs to do.
Yeah, that's like way too close.
So I feel like this is a bit out of scope for.
Yeah. We're spitballing ideas here.
But yeah. Like if you can.
But yeah, like, the version, like I guess version numbers appearing in attribute names. I could definitely see if I could scrounge together a couple of people for that.
Yeah, like right, pick something. I mean, yeah, let's do the versions thing, versions in general. I'd say version resolution would be a really useful and big one that would kind of
I got you.
Unblock a lot of things and
don't
fix
you
a lot
worry.
of things. Yeah, but ideally keep it to something, right? Not to put everything in a single bucket. Like focus on a single problem. Feel free to kind of orient yourself on the original post on the package modules here. Yeah, so I'll can you track this on your own to-do list somewhere?
Yeah,
and then follow up on that.
It's on my to-do list, baby. Yeah, this whiteboard.
Nice. So and then I mean, should we start more working groups? John, for example, do you have the capacity to lead a working group and to do the same thing, to try to find people and do something for them?
I doubt I do. I mean, to be quite honest, the way this team has, all the problems you identified have been not so much problems for me, because I am busy with a lot of things, and it was nice to hear updates on the good work other people are doing without having to do things myself. Which is exactly the situation you don't want for obvious and good reasons.
But so we said that like also let's have calls when needed and actually discuss something in these calls. So I imagine, right, like we call a meeting and say like, well, this working group has something or has a proposal for an RFC. Let's schedule a 1 or even 2 hour call at this point in time with all the team members, and then go through the RFC and discuss it and give our feedback. And then the working group can go back and like take that feedback into account.
Yeah.
And that can still be a way of kind of for our team to do something meaningful without having to like spend like endless amounts of time.
Right. There's sort of two. I mean, the two big projects that I would like to see happen are the pure bootstrap and related to the thing I mentioned before, a Nixpkgs CLI, which would stop
Yeah.
the bad relationship we have with Nix, where people are asking for functionality and Nix should be there, and occasionally,
Yeah.
Elko or someone else is
Man.
obliging.
How
Yo,
about
John, let's do that. Wait, Nick.
Oh well, then you do that, and like.
No, John. You don't have to do any real work. All I'm asking is, you hop on a call every now and then, and
Yeah,
shoot the shit.
I'll hop on the call
I
and
need-
like advise
I need
people
some
on how
moral
it should be
support.
done. Okay.
yeah,
okay.
but
I
like
can-
so we right. Well, but we do need actual people to do the work. So, but like, how about this? So, how about John? You write one of these posts to find people for a working group and explicitly make sure to say that we don't have a team lead for this working group yet. That you're not going to be team lead. You don't have capacity for this. But if we have then 5 people saying they're interested and can develop dedicate time to this, that someone is just going to be lead then.
I mean, if Alex said he would rather team lead this than the other thing, I mean, I don't think we need too many working groups in parallel. Even having, one solid success story that wasn't you, Sylvan, I think would be good progress.
I mean, I think we're going to start working groups when we have the available capacity, but like finding the people to work together with, that can happen like right now. If we have this course post, we might have a group in like a couple months, but just this discourse post might be the kind of spark needed to create a working group, even if we ourselves don't have the capacity. But the more the merrier, I'd say. The sooner we start trying to find people to work together, the faster we can fix these issues.
I guess I just feel like if I write a discourse post, then I have an obligation to like follow up pretty aggressively.
I wouldn't say that. Like we can follow up on these things as a team. Like we also look. So ideally, I would also like all the team members to be subscribed to this discourse topic here, Nixpkgs architecture.
I guess I could
if you could
I could write a post on behalf of this team, so it's clear that I'm not personally trying to like convene a bunch of people and I'm gonna run around corralling them.
No, I think that would be great. And you also have, I guess, some context about the kind of what exactly you would like to have, and so you can also right, where was it?
Yeah.
Describe it in this way where this is a problem we're trying to solve, and we have this potential solution.
This sounds fun. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is it. You got something to do now. That's cool, and this is cool.
Yeah, well, I think you have more time. You're looking for something to do, or I'm looking for stuff to be done with.
Yeah, man.
I have enough shit in flight.
I mean, I'm trying to occupy my mind a little. I'm learning some concepts. This is like poison for the mind. I need something better to do.
Right. Fair enough.
I'm too far down the template rabbit hole right now.
That's very understandable. This is something both Robert and I have been talking about in the next meetings, to put him on the spot too, Sylvan.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's do that then. So, John, do you also have a to-do list somewhere, or should we write it down?
There is no to-do list. I mean,
we can also just create like a ticket and assign it so it's in your notifications somewhere. For the okay, let's.
Wait, where was the stuff for the package modules working group, for example?
So I'm just thinking of an issue to track the writing the discourse post task. Write a discourse post to find a working group for a Nixpkgs CLI. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Okay, I'm going to do this here. And I'm just going to open this and assign it to Ericsson. And I guess I can also, so Alex, you'd be part of the working group?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. Man,
Yeah, I mean, if Alex has the enthusiasm and the time, I think, and he's been in these meetings, I think he'd be a good one to, sort of chair officially or unofficially these things and be the Sylvan. And I can show up
No,
and
I want Sylvan
answer
to be
questions.
the Sylvan. I want to be me.
Well, I
yeah.
A Freaky Friday situation. If I'm not me, who's going to be the new me?
So I mean, yeah. Would you, Alex? Do you want to lead this working group under Nixpkgs command? Or do you just want to?
Yeah. I mean, if we get a couple people that want to work on it, I can throw some meetings up on the calendar, get everybody in a room, that kind of thing. I imagine
herd the cats.
Well, and okay, I'll say my style is definitely a lot more probably pair programming and doing a screen share and getting everybody in there,
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
For sure,
up to
you can bring your own style to it.
Yeah.
But outcome-wise, and ensure the things get done.
Sure.
Whether that's in meetings and reports or pairing, that part is up to you naturally.
Cool.
Okay, and so but we do have, so maybe we should keep kind of the same general process here. I feel like this is a pretty general and decent way of going it, where create a separate repository. In the package modules working group, we assign issue. I don't know. You can do whatever there, but at least that the architecture team can review the state as things get proposed. Okay, so that sounds great then. So Alex, if John is writing this discourse post, then you don't have anything to do right now, and you would like something to do, right?
Pretty much. But yeah, what do we got? I'm not.
I mean, speaking of pairing, I can pair with him on this discourse post. That can help with the handoff.
I mean, right. We should assign both of you then. Okay, but I mean, we can also, or let's keep it at this for now, maybe. But we can. I feel like we should make this more. Make this more often. Just discourse posts about working group assembly searches, because it's relatively cheap to do this. And if we can find the people to work on something, this can get started without any of us having to do all the work. Does it sound good to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so, but then let's also do the calling for meetings when needed. We can maybe also do a monthly meeting, or should we actually just do it when needed entirely?
I mean, probably when needed. Although
I
I'm
have
trying
this
to think of
feeling
what. Yeah. I was just gonna say, I have a feeling if we say as needed, we're never gonna need it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. So maybe let's do a monthly meeting now, like a really short one, where we just say, is there a need for a kind of review meeting, like a work kind of meeting? Let's say then Right, we'd schedule one for the next month, something like that. All right,
Sounds
let's
good.
do that then if we have no opposition. Right, on just to add to the list of ideas on, oh, there's 2 lists of ideas now, or I missed one. I mean, something else, like if this turns out, or if this team turns out to really not be that useful, I guess just writing these discourse posts and starting working groups is useful. Maybe that works out. But we could also dissolve the team. Right. If there's no point in meeting, then we can also just kind of say, okay, we tried. It didn't really work out. That's also fine.
All right. So, here, when are we stopping the stream? Sylvan,
That's something I had in my mind, and I was like, we shouldn't disregard this as a possibility. Maybe the team didn't work out the way we intended it to, and that's fine too.
So okay, I wanna.
It worked too well.
So
it worked too well. We don't have any work anymore.
So like we're getting that RFC pushed through. I'll be the first one to say that moved like a glacier. That was like it was so slow. But I don't think that's
I guess.
No, I know, but this is look. I'm an impulsive individual. I don't really have the patience for all these committee meetings, non-binding resolutions about how we might write a program one day. But like that would be maybe my only like to me that's like the only thing about any of this has like been like kind of a drag, but like I wouldn't call that like that things didn't work out. Like, and I agree, like that is just like how RFC process goes. It's just like not my favorite thing, but I totally get it. But like I felt like, given the way that process goes, we are getting stuff done. And like
well, I just so I feel like it's
what's going on, man? What's going on?
I feel like it's mostly me getting stuff done, and that's a bit like, why is it like if I want your review, I could just like ping you on GitHub and be like, okay, please review this, but I can't like force anyone to do a review or anything like that, and it doesn't matter when you don't review it either. Like if nobody reviews it, then the RFC will just kind of fall apart and not get merged or something like that, or we have shepherds are necessary anyways, and I don't know. It doesn't.
I mean, there's a few things.
It's tough for cats.
Most people, don't want to do the work. Here we have a number of people who are at least doing the work in other venues. But like the thing that will raise the profile of the team is not starting things, but finishing things. So whenever they merge that RFC and then you hit the big button that moves all those files around, a bunch of people that have not been paying attention will start paying attention.
Yeah.
And people will start showing up in these meetings. You'll have thrown down the gauntlet. And like that's at that point there'll be like more warm bodies at your command basically, and you can start getting people doing more things.
Maybe I mean
I
to some degree
I 100% agree with John on this one. I think the second you make a big change like that, like no one has visibility about like, okay, people who are maybe like reading every discourse post, like, or like really, really glued to the GitHub stuff will like kind of know what's going on. Like, tangentially. But like the second you change the repo in that big way, dude, that's going to be a nice difference. Like,
but still, so I feel like as a community we have a lot of people that just want, like, we have a lot of time available, but most people are just interested in like, I want this one thing that I need right now to get done, or I want to work on this cool thing right here. But the thing
That's-
we're doing, like this kind
That's
of
open
RFC,
source
this
work, man.
That's always the way.
this,
it's
this
been.
is something that
Um,
nobody really wants to do, and so I imagine that even then we might have more people being interested, but actually like telling people, please help me out with this thing. I'm not sure how many people would actually help out.
So okay, I'll say this. I really I loved when we were doing the, like, I'll say design meeting for this, the planning meeting, like laying all that stuff out. Like, to me, that's like doing software architecture work, which is really fun. And then I also really enjoy the actual like programming and puzzle solving kind of business. Yeah, I like hacking around. What I'm not great at is committee meetings and that type of stuff. I can like write design docs and this kind of stuff. Like, I could get through the RFC process, but I'll be the first to admit that like this part of open source work is, and I understand the need for it. Like, I get it. It's just like so painful.
Yeah. But maybe like you also mentioned that you just would like some like task to do, like a concrete thing. And I guess that would be easier, like for like if I just say, please review this
Delegate,
RFC.
man. Yeah, like
people are
if
going
you
to be like, well, how do I do that? What should I look at something specific? Or but if I say,
I
please
mean,
evaluate this thing, like, okay, I did create a task and actually asked people to help out with it, but actually never really happened. Like, we did have this here. And I did see here, right, measure git speed impact of sharding.
yeah,
Actually, I believe, I'm sure if
I
I
mean, but I didn't get the actual measurements, but I made a ton of those like test.
Yeah, I think I asked you
profiled
to
that
do it,
thing.
but it never really happened. But,
Well, we did it to the point that I think we convinced ourselves there was not like a significant difference.
well, I still today I'm like, I feel like there's not like a significant. Well, there is a significant difference in doing sharding versus no sharding, but like I don't have any measurements for that. Like, I'm not sure what the impact of that is.
Do you
Okay.
want a
Well,
reproducible,
can-
like anyone can run it, test measurement benchmark suite?
Yeah, I mean, not even reproducible, just like any concrete numbers. I don't think we ever did that. And
So,
it
like,
would
I
require
had-
some
Do you
like
want-
thinking for how to actually do that.
Do you want numbers, or you want the code that spits out the numbers?
Definitely
I
numbers,
still
but
have
code
the
will also be good.
harness. I still have the harness. So, like, if someone
Yeah, but so this is
better
just
at
an
driving
example.
well, yeah.
Where-
Well, I think it's good to work through the examples. Like, if
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something
Yeah,
that
so
you
maybe
want,
maybe it should be more concrete, perhaps. Like this out, I would like this outcome. The task is complete once we have that, something like that.
Yeah, or like, okay, so like this one as an example, I got like I made the test harness. I got the thing that you could like feed in a number and try out different sharding amounts, and it'll like run all the tests. And like I had the thing that just used like Linux time command, like the time command, which that was what I was using, which was pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good. Ran that a bunch. So I mean, we still have that. We could do it. I think I think where I fell off was, I think we wanted like a Valgrind or like a fancier profiler, and I kind of just was. I don't remember. Someone had recommended a benchmark suite that I didn't really.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like reading.
I mean, we can. I do have the tendency to be perfectionistic, but I think that shouldn't be requested. Like, just anything that kind of works and that proves that we should do sharding or we shouldn't do it would be good enough. But yeah, I mean,
well, I mean, we could pull up the little harness and we can get some numbers.
I mean, at this point, the RFC is merged. Like, it's there's no point in trying to measure this in. Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt, but like at this point, it's already decided.
Okay. But yeah, it was a good example. It was fair. Yeah, and I mean, like, I think I got it to the point that like I felt like for me, I checked all the boxes. I got like I probably should have passed it off to somebody to like wrap up, something like that.
I mean, yeah. So right. I mean, I guess maybe it's right, defining the tasks, breaking down the tasks, and then right, I guess following up and like asking people, is that task done? Do you have still time to work on it? And with I guess the more visibility this team might have after the RC here is merged and all the files are moved, right, we might have people that are interested in doing these concrete tasks, and that's
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a bunch. You're gonna have like probably right after you do it, you're gonna have like 25% of people who like
yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
help.
we shouldn't
have 75%
set
that are
expectations
just,
like that, but
real mad, and then the thing's gonna be moving the
Oh, yeah.
needle to get like, all right, let's get everybody on board. But yeah, you're gonna have
Although, I mean-
a good chunk of people that want to like. I mean,
yeah.
this is like.
Although I
this
mean,
is
the RFC is like, I mean, people can be mad, but the RFC was there, widely announced, and
No, well,
Well, yeah, but look, I could be mad or not mad at an RFC if I could read it, like if I was literate. But you know, some of us we just write.
Some code monkeys.
We don't necessarily like. Sometimes we'll see a block of text like
Yeah.
that. It's like more than 2 paragraphs, and my eyes just start glazing over.
Just make sure there is a meeting, you know, the week or so, the week of or the week after when the thing gets merged, and just watch more people show up.
yeah. Oh, but also something that I just thought of is that we can use reviewers for this PR, the actual implementation of the RC. I think we don't need to like.
Link to that.
Yes, let me just post this here. But yeah, this is currently a draft, but like I think some things still need to be done.
Why is the diff count so short?
Well, this isn't the move yet, so it's split in 2 parts. The first part is just
okay.
implementing the standard.
Yeah.
And actually, a big part of this is just the documentation. Like I removed this mess here.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah.
I gotta get ready for doing my job. But it's been good talking to y'all. Sylvan, don't feel bad about these meetings, man. Like you've been doing a lot of good work, and like I mean, you're in a position.
Thanks. I mean, I can't help but I appreciate it.
I mean,
it's still hard to kind of.
It is hard,
maintain
and I mean, like
motivation.
the position you're in is like we say bottom lining, which is just like you are when you've got a task that it's supposed to be the whole group, and you know you get down to the end of the group project and somebody's got to bottom line it. Like it's not a fun job, and it's like it's a tough one, but like
I feel like actually the implementation got a whole lot more interesting now that I actually know that the RFC will get accepted, and I can just program the damn thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
there's parts
true.
of this that I know you enjoy. You know, there's like
but then it's like following up with all the complaints that we'll get inevitably in like a couple of weeks.
Oh well, dude. Okay, when it comes to those, dude, I've been shit talking on the internet my whole life. Like I'm your soldier.
Well, no, I'm not very concerned, to be honest. Like we got fairly wide approval of this, and also like even in here, this is not the RFC, but even the RFC, there's not a single downvote. I don't think there was any like disagreeing opinion about the overall idea.
Right.
So
asked for it, they're gonna get it.
Yeah. I feel like we're fairly clean there. So, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
It's gonna be good, man. I know we're in like the calm before the storm right now. Trust me. The second the second you make changes to the actual repo based on this RFC, you're gonna be inundated with people.
Yeah.
So concretely, let's end the meeting. But just concretely, I'll reschedule the meetings to be only once every like 4 weeks or once every month or something.
Well,
like that.
do you know when the RFC is supposed to be merged?
11 days ago.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
why didn't it
let's
merge?
for sure. Let's have a meeting at a regular time, like once the things are approved and ready to go, so that the Nixpkgs stuff can be merged.
I
Like
will call out a meeting at that point.
yeah.
when
Make
I
sure
have
it's not like,
something to-
oh, we have to wait another 3 weeks. Like, no. Let's the next
Yeah, I mean-
Tuesday after the big thing happens.
Yeah,
Um,
I imagine actually we could have a meeting to actually merge this PR here, and then just be like, well, this is not good. Any opposing opinions, and then someone, not me, will press the merge button, and we can all see it break down
Yeah.
and break CI and stuff.
Wait. The first little one or the second big one?
Both separate meetings.
Oh, you think part 1 will break CI?
Dude,
I
yeah.
thought it was
I don't think so,
mainly
but just to have someone else to press the
Yeah,
button
okay.
and just to
Yeah, no,
review
for sure. You
together.
don't
read
need
it
to press
briefly.
the buttons. You should definitely deputize people to press the buttons.
It's my own PR. I don't like. I would like some convention that we don't merge our own peers. Maybe Robert
Yeah.
should do that since he kind of co-authored the original RFC.
Nose goes.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll merge it. You just gotta give me privs.
Yeah.
Uh,
But anyway, I'll call it a meeting for that, and might be like half an hour or something like that, and then we
Okay.
merge it and then see how it goes.
yeah.
Right.
Another one for the
All right, y'all.
second
I gotta
part.
go to work.
Yeah.
All right.
See you, Alex.
Alex. Oh.
Hang on.
Actually,
All
no,
right, but I'll stop. Yeah.
oh, yeah, that'll be our second monthly meeting, because actually, because of me, and I apologize again. it's been about a month.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. All right.